It is the year 2021. War for Cybertron Netflix Wave 3 reveals. Good morning. How are you doing, my little jack in the boxes? We're getting trickles in of all the new announcements for the Wave 3 assortment of the Netflix War for Cybertron Walmart exclusives. So let's talk about them. So here's some of the ones that we do know of. There's the Decepticon Sparkless Bot, which is a rusty recolor of the Siege Prowl mold. It looks like it's one of those guys that appeared in the Netflix show when they were all zombified and attacking the Autobots. So that's pretty cool. You also have here another drone like character called the Quintesson Decius Army Drone. So instead of the Alicons, for whatever reason, they had these nameless brutes, which were remolds of Ironhide and black and gray and silver coloration, protecting the Quintesson Judge Decius in the Earthrise Netflix animated series. So this is definitely a really good army builder. And to my knowledge, it's the only figure with the Quintesson faction symbol, which is interesting. I don't know why they didn't use that symbol for other other robots of the Quintesson line, but well, it's there. We have it now. It's just curious why they didn't just mark them all that way. And let's see, we have Maximal Chitor, and it looks like the only thing is he's just got blue eyes instead of the orange ones, and I think the blue is a little bit more sparkly, not glossy, but there's definitely a shinier surface on that Cheetor there. And next there's Autobot Deep Cover, which I don't know a whole lot about Deep Cover, to be honest with you. So it is based on the Sideswipe mold, and I'm sorry guys, I just don't know enough about Deep Cover except that here it is. We have the Netflix version of him. And let's talk about these are little bundles that come with several characters together. So you have Optimus Primal bundled together with his little Rat Trap buddy, Rat Trap. And then we have a box containing a what is called a Decepticon Sparkless Seeker. So another undead character. This is based off of the Siege Starscream Seeker mold. And he comes with two of the Target Masters, now called Battle Masters. These would be Sparkless Singe and Sparkless Caliburst. And so the reason that I think that these are a little bit more intriguing, I'll start with the least interesting one, I guess. So the Optimus Primal pack doesn't look that much different from what we're already getting from the Kingdom release of these characters. Like Rat Trap has not that many differences. The snout is slightly recolored so that it's got some white at the tip of the nose, but otherwise it looks pretty much the same. The orange is a little bit more dull, and Optimus Prime has what looks like it's just very minor changes. I think the fingers are now gray instead of blue, which I don't know if that's enough for somebody to want to pick up a different version of this character, but it's here, it's available. And what's really puzzling is that I don't think some stores have these toys yet on the shelves. Like the Kingdom versions are still out there, so it's interesting that they're putting out this already. And then the other 3-pack is the Sparkless Seeker. Now the reason I say that this one is a little bit more interesting, at least to myself, is that Cybertron Seeker mold looks really good here. It kind of reminds me of, with the paint scheme, kind of like a Star Trek Klingon bird of prey, or just something straight out of Star Wars. It's got kind of a dingy, dark, used coloration. I kind of like it. It has a very militaristic appearance to it. And the two little target masters that come with it are also intriguing to me because they decided not to uh, use new character names. So I don't, I thought they might have wanted to use trademarks for some of the other uh, target masters that they have not had new figures of, but instead they decided to go again with Singe, who was a Wave 4 Siege figure that was kind of hard to find. And then there was also Caliburst, which was readily available, somewhat available during the middle of Siege. So Caliburst looks very different from how he originally came out. Caliburst was purple and black. This one looks like, from what I can tell in these images, sort of a silver and off-white color. And Singe looks kind of like the same sort of gray, greenish brown that the Sparkless Secret comes with. So there's a little bit of color matching there. Whereas the original Singe was a little bit more, I want to say, like dark metallic gray. And so these are not brand new characters, they're the same ones, which lore wise doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, is there more than one Caliburst and more than one Singe? Like, is there just armies of them that you can just readily pick up off the battlefield? Like, oh, here's a little gun that I can use to shoot my opponent with, or is it more like Caliburst and Singe died, and these are their lifeless zombie bodies? I don't know. It's kind of like the Wild West of repaints out here. But it looks like they have the same exact battle blast effects that they originally came with. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they are releasing these. Um, we still have yet to see what the spoiler box contains. That's typically every one of these Netflix waves has a spoiler box that will be some kind of repaint of a figure that we've already seen. We've had Optimus, we've had Ultra Magnus, and now I'm wondering if we're going to see another repaint of Megatron, an Earthrise, more chrome looking version of Megatron, or if it's going to be like maybe the Quintesson Judge gets a repaint, or perhaps the Quintesson Alicon, or the sky's the limit on this. We might see something like an evil version of Hot Rod, like Unicronus. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do for the spoiler box. We never got the another repaint of Astro Train. We never got another repaint of Double Dealers. So if anything, I'd say one of those is probably going to be what we get in that spoiler box. So here comes Monday, and it's going to be interesting no matter what they do. So once again, thank you for your time. See you next time.